Welcome back. Today we are going to be discussing writing a lead and an introduction. We're going to begin with a mentor text. And this one's called Everybody Needs to Recycle. Did you know that more than half of the trash that ends up in the garbage can actually can be recycled? Even more shocking, plastics like water bottles and food containers that can be recycled take up to 500 years to decompose or disintegrate if thrown in the garbage. Recycling items like paper, glass, and plastic will convert these materials into reusable items. This will reduce pollution caused by waste and preserve our natural resources. So, how important is recycling? In my opinion, everybody should be recycling. One reason I believe everyone should be recycling is that it would drastically reduce the amount of waste in our world. If homes, businesses, and schools recycled, many items could be reused, and made into new products instead of going into our landfills. Also, landfills contain all kinds of toxic materials, from the liquids we throw away to the gases our waste produces. Every time these toxins are absorbed into the ground and can contaminate our drinking water. However, recycling as much of these materials as possible will help reduce these toxins and waste. Another reason that everyone should recycle is that it truly saves our environment. First, recycling just paper products will help save our forests and the amount of trees that are being cut down each year. For example, if people just start recycling their daily newspapers and junk mail alone, we would see a huge savings in the number of trees that are cut down. In fact, one environmental service company predicted that up to 150,000 trees could be saved if just 100,000 people asked to be on the do not mail list to stop receiving junk mail. This shows that doing something as easy as recycling can make a huge impact on our earth. Finally, everyone should recycle because one man's trash is another man's treasure. Basically, those things you consider garbage, someone might want or someone may be able to use. There are some easy ways to get rid of those items you don't want without throwing them in the trash to go straight to a landfill. For instance, many organizations can take your donated clothes or toys to families in need. Also, you can have a garage sale and gain money from those items you no longer want. Last, there are many states in the United States that will pay you to recycle aluminum cans or glass containers. Most states that have this system in place will pay their residents 5 cents per can or bottle that is being recycled. Surely you can see the importance of recycling. If everyone recycles, not only will it reduce the waste in our world, as well as save our environment, but it can also be truly rewarding in other ways too. I hope you'll join me in recycling from here on out. All right, so today I really want to focus on the lead and introduction. Authors spend a lot of time writing their lead. Why is it important, do you think, to write a good lead for your story? Let's reread the first paragraph here. Did you know that more than half of the trash that ends up in the garbage can actually can be recycled? How does this author begin their essay? They're asking a question with an interesting fact. Besides an interesting lead, what else does the author include in their introduction that we talked about before? A strong opinion statement right here, the very last sentence. In my opinion, everybody should be recycling. That is their strong opinion. One thing that the author did not include was her entire list of reasons. The reasons are the body of the essay, and you want to keep them a secret in the introduction. She just hints at them to keep her readers interested. Let's look at our anchor chart for today. Today's anchor chart is the lead and introduction anchor chart in your packet, and it looks like this. We have 3 sections here. We have a lead, opinion, and no reasons. Let's fill in these sections. The lead is there to hook readers with something interesting. Maybe it's a story, a fact, a question like the one we read today, sound like onomatopoeia, or a quote. The opinion is also stated in the introduction. You need a strong and clear opinion statement. Maybe it sounds like, we need, students must, everyone should, we have to. Those are beginnings that sound really strong and imperative. And the last part we need to remember for the introduction is no reasons. Save your reasons for the body of your essay. They will have their moment, just like we talked about in our informational report. Each reason has its moment in its own paragraph. If you give too much of your argument away in the introduction, your reader has no reason to keep on reading your essay. So we're just putting in little hints. Today, we are going to work on our leads and introduction. So when you're filling in your anchor chart with this information, save about half the space to practice how you're going to do this. Some examples might sound like, as soon as I walk in the door, I can smell delicious spices and hear the sizzling of meat being grilled. My stomach growls and my mouth waters. When I come to Chipotle, I can't wait to eat my lunch. When I walk into the school cafeteria, I never get this excited to eat my lunch. Clearly, some changes need to be made in our school cafeteria. Chipotle needs to be served in the cafeteria. Okay, so that would be a great introduction if I was writing about the argument of serving Chipotle in our school cafeteria. Think of ways that you can begin your essay. We're going to talk about it together, and I'm here if you have any questions.